From the beginning, we knew Gerrard would bring a particular style of play to change Villa on the pitch, but we're starting to see other reasons as to why he was appointed. The transfer pull is starting to show, and the type of players they're signing is really showing their intent. So how exactly has Gerrard got them playing? What is it that the new signings tell us about the future of Villa, and how high can they really look to compete this season? Steven Gerrard has come in and changed the system at Aston Villa. Under Dean Smith, Villa were experimenting with a back three formation with two strikers to really fit Ollie Watkins and Danny Ings in the same team. They weren't successful with this setup, and that is what led to Dean Smith being sacked, but Gerrard has come in and switched things up. We knew he'd implement his 4-3-3 from Rangers, which in possession acts as a 4-3-2-1, with the wingers coming narrower, roaming into central and wide areas, and the fullbacks hold the width. And with this formation change, it's meant we've seen a difference in the way they build up to create chances in comparison to when Dean Smith was in charge. The passing is shorter, players surround the ball carrier, and they're closer together as they look to work around the opposition. The main instruction, it seems, from Gerrard is to constantly pass and move. They get close around the ball carrier, receive the ball, pass and move into space. From their 19 matches played, the bottom 9 matches for the least short passes played were all under Dean Smith, meaning that 8 from the top 10 matches for short passes played were with Steven Gerrard. Basically, even the statistics make it very clear that the passing is the difference between the two managers. Villa made quite a few signings in the summer, and big ones too, with the arrival of Bundia, Ings and Bailey as the players they splashed the cash on. These signings are still of very good use to Gerrard, but it was clear the improvements that Gerrard wanted to make to the team when he came in. In particular, the obvious position to improve in quality was the fullbacks, and well, in January Villa wasted no time in looking for a fullback. As the fullbacks are players to hold the width, link up with the wingers and look forward into the box, players were needed to fit these demands. And as explained in my previous video, I analyse in depth exactly why Digne could transform Aston Villa, his qualities and why he can make an impact from left back. This has been a double header upload on Aston Villa, so I fully recommend after this video, if you haven't already, please go and give that one a watch, as I think you'll really enjoy it. It does suggest that Villa will soon look to the right as well. As good as Matty Cash has been, he's really impressed in defence for Villa and has been a top signing for them. I think Gerrard will still want attacking improvement on the right side, and either way I think they are lacking in depth in this position. But the marquee signing in January has been Philippe Coutinho, a transfer clearly influenced by the appointment of Steven Gerrard as manager. Now, we already know how good Coutinho can be in the Premier League from his time at Liverpool, but there's something else that will change on the pitch when Coutinho is playing. Villa will have the return of a left winger who will demand the ball regularly, but most importantly create a partnership with Ollie Watkins. It worked so well with Jack Grealish, and Villa as a team could rely on that partnership to score goals between them or link up in the build-up to chances created. The movement of this duo to play off each other, Watkins moving onto the left channel to create space for Coutinho to cut inside, which he does so often, it's a really promising combination. And whether it's been at Brentford with Mbeumo and Benrahma, or at Villa with Grealish and Traore occasionally, Watkins has always had a good relationship and understanding of the wingers either side of him. Before the next part, as said in the previous video, we're so close to 10,000 subscribers on the channel, so please, if you have enjoyed the video, help me and the channel to push to that milestone. It would be very much appreciated if you could. What Villa have done very cleverly here is probably not even intentional, but have signed 2 players that play on the left side of the pitch, and just in January have completely changed the look of the left flank. We're talking about the partnership of Coutinho and Watkins, but Coutinho and Digne is another that has potential to work really well. As mentioned, Coutinho does like to drift into central areas. This is a trait of his to cut inside on his right foot, and a trait of Digne's is to make overlapping runs and be a main attacking outlet. So Coutinho creates space for Digne. This is so natural for him already to move into this space and be aware of what Coutinho wants Digne to do when he's holding the ball. It's likely now that the left side of the pitch will be dominant in terms of creating chances for the forwards, and this side of the pitch will cause the most problems for the opposition. What you need to get used to now though, away from the new signings of names we're already used to in the Premier League, Gerrard is bringing some exciting new ones into the team that you need to pay attention to. Jacob Ramsey in particular, alongside Carney Chukwuemeka, are two youngsters that Steven Gerrard has shown belief in from the very start. Ramsey has started in all but one Premier League match under Gerrard and scored an impressive goal against Norwich in December. He's 20 years old and is a more developed player than Chukwuemeka. He's 18 years old and is probably the best talent in Villa's academy. With comparisons to someone like Paul Pogba, Chukwuemeka is 6 foot already and is a midfielder with a well-rounded skill set. Gerrard really has got some top talents at his disposal from the academy, which makes the long-term project at Villa even more interesting as someone like Chukwuemeka begins to be brought into the first team. And everything in this video comes down to one thing: progressing towards the goal of a European qualification spot. The signings of Digne and Coutinho show that ambition and means that in the future there will be an expectation to match players of that quality, high reputation players that upgrade the first 11 and show intent of European football. A signing that does show that intent is Digne, and you can click the other video on screen right now to see exactly how he will transform the team himself. Please click the like button if you did enjoy, it really does help the channel, and for more insight and analysis, subscribe to Route 1.